Worldwide movement, peace, love, respect. Big King Sadiq hollering at you one more again. All right, folks. Man, another beautiful day. Can't express that enough, right? Um, this is another B.K.S. update. Worldwide movement. Listen, folks, for anybody who may be struggling with or know someone who is struggling with low vibrational frequency energy in whichever way it may manifest as a challenge for that person, right? Or group of people. Please just don't give up hope, folks. I know it can, especially when you feed into the multimedia sources, right? The picture can look bleak, but it is the exact opposite of that, right? Sometimes, folks, and those of us with little maturity and wisdom in life know this to be true. Sometimes right before the bright outcome, things can seem the most bleak, or the outlook can look the most bleak and the most, you know, the most difficult or the most murky, so to speak, right? Things just seem a bit dark, the waters seem a bit dark. But as in many the case, right? As in many an instant, that is what people are experiencing, what people are struggling with, those low vibe energies and the low vibrational frequency outcomes, right? Just when you tend to think that all hope is lost, man, there's always a wild card to pull you in. So understand that I know what's going on out there, folks, right? I know that there are folks who are being held down, right? Or sort of suppressed into a low vibrational frequency. And that takes on many forms. Sometimes it is as extreme as what we refer to as spiritual possession, or, folks who are completely compromised and their consciousness subdued in low vibrational frequencies, right? Um, that's a painful thing, is especially if we're talking about, someone that's close to you, like family members or so forth, right? That is a very painful and trying thing. But it's all changing, right? And I want you to start to be able, folks, to recognize the signs for what they are, right? Much in this world is not always what it seems to be, right? So we see things, or see or come across tough times, or again, we have those struggles that folks we may know or be close to may be having with processing low vibrational frequencies out of their biosphere, right? Out of their electromagnetic field, so that they can welcome in these new high vibrational frequency energies that the entire planet is bombarded with currently, right? Um, you need to understand that part of it, folks. As tough as it may be, and as bleak of a picture as multimedia wants to sort of, or should I say mainstream multimedia, wants to sort of gear your consciousness toward, oh, we're in the end days. Things are going to get worse. There'll probably be a war. None of those things are happening. This planet is not ending. Humanity is not ending. Huh? That's the truth. What is ending is the old paradigm that we have been living in for thousands of years. That paradigm of misery, pain, and hate that supports the low vibrational frequency energy that folks may still be struggling with, right? And there are even people, right? There are individuals and organizations, right? Powers that be, who are struggling vehemently to keep that old paradigm in place. And that plays out in many different ways in our lives, right? Like I said, often individuals, groups, organizations. So their means to try and keep folks in a low vibe will be varied, right? There'll be many different means. And you'll notice this if you look at the people who are struggling with low vibrational frequencies. There are a lot of things that these organizations and groups are doing to people, huh? To keep them in a low vibe, to keep them stuck, right? And you'll see modalities of those efforts, like trying to keep people on medications, right? Folks, many, if not most, of these pharmaceutical products produced today, right, really drive down your vibrational frequency in your vessel. You have to understand this is not, we're not going backward, folks. This is a new energy we're in. Your opportunity to heal yourself, to take control of your vessel is immense, right? So they're going to take all kind of steps to try to keep you from doing that. Medication is one of them. Medication sends a direct message to your body that your body is incapable of doing something that it's fully capable of doing. Folks, newsflash, medication does not heal you. This is my point, my opinion. Now, if you want to contact me, or should you comb through my previous videos, you'll see the evidence of why I say that. And if you apply and attach a little common sense to what we know historically to be true, you'll see why I say that, right? If you have to attach common sense to some things, folks. If medication were the cause for healing, there would be no such thing as the placebo effect. There would not be placebo surgeries. It simply would not be if the medication or the surgical procedure was the cause for the healing. It's never the cause for the healing. Again, all my opinion, all my opinion. It's never the cause for the healing. You are. And if you put your own scientific, independent, free-thinking research into it, you'll see that to be true. So, folks, you are magnificently equipped. And even those people you worry about are magnificently equipped, though their behavior might not demonstrate that right now because they're still struggling with that low vibrational frequency energy. Remember, I said we're all ascending right now, everybody on the planet, no exceptions. Unless you have left this planet and you have left this section of the galaxy, then perhaps you won't have to deal with these energies and you can stay asleep. But anybody on this planet right now, right? You are affected by these profound energies. You don't have to take my word for it. Do the free thinking, independent research. Scientists have been charting this, folks, for years now. This is real. We are in a new section of the galaxy, and our solar systems orbit around the center of the galaxy. This particular section of the galaxy happens to house some very powerful and transformative energies that are affecting humanity in the way that is fostering higher consciousness. That higher consciousness is resulting in what we call higher DNA efficacy or expression. Folks, these are just the facts. This is what's happening. Okay? Now, if you want to say it's just Big King Sadiq's opinion, fine. It is my opinion. Do the free thinking research and see whether I'm right or wrong and make your mind up for yourselves. But what you don't do is become depressed. You do not accept this low vibrational frequency outlook of doom and gloom because it's not the truth. You may see and have folks around you, again, who are struggling with low vibrational frequency energy. Don't give up hope. They are still ascending too. They just are ascending from a different place than you are. Huh? You're just a little further along in the journey, but they're coming with you. That's why they are increased. Do you know the United States is the most medicated country on the planet? That's not me making that up, folks. You know it to be true already. We're the most physically out of shape and unhealthy country on the planet. That's not me making that up, folks. That's facts that you already know without me opening my mouth up. What I'm telling you now is to make the correlation and understand that these things are not accidental. Social engineering has steered us toward this. Our attention span has become historically low. That's not accidental. That is a result of social engineering, right? All of these desperate efforts to keep everyone's vibrational frequency lower, right? To try and make sure that we are chock full of medication, that we're not taking care of ourselves physically, that we are uh, uh, unhealthy in every single way physically, that this fear society can steer us toward, and at the same time convince us that we're just fine. Folks, you don't need to pop some pills to lose weight. You need to change your life. That's my opinion, right? It's not easy. It may not be easy. It's certainly not easy with all these things working against you, but you're strong enough to do it, and you will do it because we're all changing in that direction. The music, the low vibrational frequency music. You really think it's just accident now that hip hop has changed, where all the beats or many of the beats, right? And the vibrational frequency of the songs overall, many of them, not all of them, many of them, the ones that are pushed by the industry for that agenda, right? You have many brave, incredibly talented, and wonderful artists who are doing their best to fight against that. Remember that they struggle too, folks. Huh? But do you really think that kind of low vibrational frequency recording in a certain low vibrational frequency sort of setting is accidental? It's purposeful. They want to try to use music to keep you in a low vibrational frequency. All these things are just modalities of that effort to keep your higher vibrational frequency self from manifesting, to keep you from being your best self, in other words, and living your best life. That's the effort, but it's a pitiful effort that's gonna fail. Because unless you fit in to pick up this planet, this entire solar system, in fact, and redirect our orbit, the entire solar system's orbit, then you're not going to stop what's happening. And they never were going to stop what's happening, folks. This is what the Mayans had been predicting, right? And they were just passing on ancient information that predates them. Do the research. Folks, this has been known on the planet by the indigenous folks on the planet for millennia. They knew that if we survived to make it to this point in the galaxy, that we would change, that we would start to ascend to higher consciousness and to higher DNA efficacy, that we can truly be our highest expression, our highest version of ourselves, truly, again, our best selves, living our best life. So, folks, just to give you that update, I know it looks bleak. That's purposeful. That's the struggle of the socially economic elite and the quote unquote hidden masters that they serve. The archonic energies that have plagued humanity and kept humanity in suppression and oppression for millennia. That energy is literally being diffused off of the planet. It's being offset by these new transformative energies, and it is rapidly becoming the weaker energy and the more rapidly dissipating energy that soon will not be, right? That is why the panic button has been hit. That is why these low vibrational frequency individuals and organizations, these folks who are still vested in the way the old paradigm works, right? The way the world used to work. Folks who are still vested in trying to keep us in a paradigm of misery, pain, and hate. That's why they're hitting the panic button, folks, because as much as you may think, or they want you to think that things are getting worse, things are getting so much better by the second. People are waking up faster and faster, more and more millions of beautiful, bright, intelligent people all across the planet waking up and ascending to truly live their best lives as they are becoming their best version of themselves. Folks, it's time. It's simply time, and no matter what they try or do, they cannot stop it. They're not going to stop it. They have not stopped it because the new paradigm of high vibrational frequency, the new paradigm of true unconditional love starting to be the norm for humanity, huh? The new paradigm of peace, love, respect is here. So when you see all these different modalities and ways that they're keeping folks down, even if it's folks who are close to you, fret not. Understand with wisdom what it really means. It means they're trying to hold on to those people so much tighter because they're losing their grip on them. Huh? They're losing their grip on them. If the battle between light and dark on this planet, or more appropriately, the the fluctuation between low vibrational frequency and a low vibrational frequency paradigm on the planet and this new high vibrational frequency energy that is flooding our planet, right? And the high vibrational frequency paradigm that is being fostered by it, it's here. It's here. Do the research, folks. I'm not asking you to believe me. I told you several times in this video, this is all my opinion. But it's opinion that you just happen to be in a wonderful position as we live in the information age right now. You happen to be in a wonderful position to do a little bit of research and check it out. That's all I'm asking you to do. Open your eyes and look at all of this with wisdom. Don't let the first emotion that comes to you be what floods you and what causes you to form your mind, your mentality, your 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 mental position, your vibrational frequency, in fact, your resonance. Don't let yourself be pulled down by it. Have enough wisdom to say, oh, they're really doing a lot, right? These low vibing, socially economic elite and the powers that be that they serve, right? I'm talking about what they admit to, and not what I'm ascribing to them, right? Those folks are losing. If it was a a football game, right? Today's today's Monday. I was watching football all day yesterday, like many of us, right? Enjoying uh, uh, what I still is my favorite sport because I love the cooperation. You can't even snap the ball without getting 11 human beings to have cooperation and teamwork and unity. So yeah, I support that. I support that, right? Uh, if this were a football game, it'd be like the one from yesterday where I ain't gonna name the teams, but we had a 70-20 outcome. It's kind of like that, folks. darkness, low vibrational frequency, socially economic elite, archonic energy, all these dark things are getting their butt kicked right now. Huh? That's why they're hitting the panic button. That's why they're using all these different modalities to try and suppress you and your loved ones. That's the reason for it. They are hitting the panic button because they're getting creamed. They're getting crushed. And it's going to continue to get crushed out because it is a lower vibrational frequency and energy, a mentality, a resonance. It is a paradigm that we have grown out of. It no longer applies. It no longer fits because people want better. And if you really pay attention, if you really pay attention, you'll start to see the change in people. You'll see how folks just want better. You'll see that people actually want peace, a little unconditional love, and respect for one another. I'm telling you, folks, we're doing it. We are doing it. And they're panicking because of it. Don't you panic because of their reaction to your success. Trust in your creator within you. Understand we're not talking about pie in the sky. Your creator loves you specifically, knows your name, huh? Loves you specifically, everyone that you know, humanity itself, all of existence is loved by our creator in a way that we can't even express. None of this is accidental, folks. If humanity made it to this point, we were going to evolve and ascend to our highest, our our true selves, our best selves, living our best life. There's nothing spooky about it, folks. It's evolution that is not reliant on Darwin's path. And truly, if you do the research, you'll realize that that's not really accurate either. That Darwin path of evolution, if things held, this is just a little tidbit. Is something that you can, maybe I'll touch on next video, but you can start to independently research yourselves. Start looking into Darwin's theory of evolution and apply it to humanity. Doesn't fit. Doesn't fit. If we were strictly living by that theory, right, folks, we wouldn't even be as evolved a species as we are now. We wouldn't even be walking and talking. We'd be in some primitive state still. Look into it, right? Evolution has many factors, and some of them are multidimensional. Right now on the planet, we are evolving much more rapidly because of influences of a multidimensional nature, an energetic nature. Don't take my word for any of this stuff, folks. If you feel like I'm wrong, that's actually an opportunity for you to do a little free thinking research to learn something and to prove it. If this is all just fantasy, then there shouldn't be any evidence to support it, right? And when you do your research, that should be what you find. Because that's all I'm really after. I know what's going on the planet. I know where we're headed. And I'm already becoming my best self and living my best life. I just want that for you. It's happening, folks. This is real. We're not going back. The old paradigm is not coming back. All you see now is the transition, huh? Between the old paradigm and the new. I'm rolling forward in the new paradigm. How about you? All right, man. I love you all. Thank you. Please continue to like, share, subscribe. That was my update. Another update. Big King Sadiq, worldwide movement. Peace, love, respect. I'm